Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions, let's talk about farming, both in solo play and multiplayer. And for some people this is going to be a breaking point, because there will be too much farming. But there was a new update recently which will help with that, and then we can also think about what farming is going to look like for free-to-play players and regular pay-to-play. But before we talk about farming, let's talk about the other big thing that people are interested in. That's the Hatcher. Hatcher rates, they're kind of low. It says like 2% for the rainbow. But I haven't run into any trouble, and I don't think any of the other YouTubers have run into any trouble at all. You're going to get a bunch of guys, way more than you're going to be able to level up, so I really wouldn't worry about it. And then just yesterday I had a very nice pull. It was the free pull. They give that out every couple weeks or so. And then I got 2 rainbows. I got the new character, who I will show you later, and then I also got my first Gilgamesh. And I think that was my first 10-shot where I ever got 2 rainbows in one pull, so that was very cool. But here I want to pull the Guaranteed Vision card, and I'm going to pull this and not the character Hatcher, because I think I'm good on characters. And then I've said this before, but going through the Hatcher to get more shards to level up your guys is not a good idea. It's better to go through the shop and just buy them directly. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull here. I specifically want Odin or the new Tetrasylphid. Odin raises your attack by a lot, and then Tetrasylphid is good especially for the new character. Okay, rainbow. Ooh, 3 rainbows. That's already better than what I got yesterday. That's very cool. So my chances of getting something new are good. Whoa! And another rainbow. That's 4. I think I have to take a picture of this. This is never going to happen again. Okay, here's a Freet. That's fine. I use him a lot so I can level him up. Here's Siren. I use her with Miranda. She's a water element unit, so they'll have good synergy together. Here's one of the best cards for magic, and then this is a card good for spears and things. So nothing new actually, that's kind of sad. But with all of those doubles, I get a lot of rainbow orbs, which is great. This is one of the most rare materials in the game. And then I needed exactly 4 to do something, so let's go and do that now. We'll head over to the unit screen. Okay, and then the brand new character which came out yesterday, Lucia. I've been working on her. I pulled her from that free Hatcher. I was going to skip her banner because I didn't need her. I have another wind character in Ayaka, but she just kind of fell into my lap. And then her shards are available in the shop, so I decided to go for her. And yeah, with those rainbow orbs, I can raise her from star level 4 to 5. So I'm one big step closer to quote-unquote maxing her out. But yeah, she's very cool. She is a double gunner, which is a new job. And I like gunners. They have nice ranged attacks, so I look forward to leveling her up. Okay, but we are here to talk about farming. This might be a kind of a meandering video, but let's get into it. I said before that farming in this game is going to be a lot like manually farming Earth Shrine in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I think 95% of players do not do that, do not want to do that, so it might come as a shock if they move from that game to this game. But first, let's talk about stamina, I guess. We can hit this plus button up here. 2 ways to restore stamina. One is lapis, one is items. And then we can see here, this one says 22 of 22. What that means is that with lapis I can refresh my stamina 22 times per day. And then for items I can restore 32 times per day. As you can see, I've already restored a lot using items. And then once we hit items, we can see that there are different quantities of stamina that we can restore. There are the small, which give us 30 stamina per refresh. I have a lot of these. They hand these out quite a bit. But, you know, if I use 10 right now, that's my limit for the day. And then in the end, I'll have 340 stamina. So that might not be the best use of my number of uses. Here's the middle. I can get 60 per use. And then I'll get 640 stamina, so that's more. I can play more. Or I can do the big, where I get 120 each. That is a limit of 8 at a time. I can get 1,000, so... yeah, depending on like what energy vials you have, and then the number of times you can restore per day, that's how often you can play. And then there's going to be a difference in that number between pay-to-play and free-to-play. I think we can look at it through here. Royal rank... Okay, so I'm Royal rank 8, almost 9, that's kind of depressing. But let's see. This last one here. This affects how many times I can restore. So I get a plus 12 per day. But if we look at Royal rank, let's look at 2. Everyone starts at 1. If you are free to play and you do the daily missions for 30 days, you get to Royal rank 2, which might be where a lot of people will end up if they are pay to play. Looks like they can do an additional 2 times per day stamina refreshes. So I, at Royal rank 8, will have 10 more refreshes per day. So that's kind of limiting. So if we go back here to stamina, they'll have, same as the Lapis, 22 refreshes per day. So if I were free to play, I would be done already. So that's a look at how many times we can refresh the stamina per day. Next, let's look at a quest. And I guess I can show you the gil farming quest. This is a good thing to do on weekends. On weekdays, you can only play it 3 times per day, but on weekends, you can play it unlimited. And then you need gil for lots of different stuff. Raising the levels of your character skills, that costs a lot of gil, especially if you get up to the higher levels. And then also raising the levels of vision cards, that also takes gil. So even though I'm at about 5 million right now, that can disappear in an instant if I were to put some effort into it. So I do want to save up some gil to last me through the week until the next weekend. So let's play the top one here. And then I have my gil farming team here. I have this R character, very, very low rarity. Everybody's almost guaranteed to get her, Mia. But she has the Mug skill, which can attack and then steal in the same action. So she helps me get more gil as I play this quest. And then there's also Vajim. He is SR, a little bit more rare, but still pretty common. He also has the Mug skill. But you have to max them out in order to get it to 6 stars. But yeah, let's go through the quest. I have some other characters that I just want to raise the levels of, so they're in there. And then here, this button here, this is a new mechanic which was introduced last week, I think. This is the auto farm. And so what this does is that here, this is auto battle. You can turn this on and off. And then characters will either move by themselves or they'll wait for you to direct them. What auto farm is that when the quest is over, it will automatically start that quest again with the same team and parameters and stuff. So yeah, you can just go until you run out of stamina. And then if you wanted to, you could take your stamina, you could go like this, 1000 or 881, and then just go. And then it will farm and farm and farm and farm until 800 stamina is used up. That'll be a lot of gil. There are 2 things, however, to keep in mind about the auto battle mechanic. One is that if you die during a quest, that ends the auto battle. It will just go to the menu and then just stay there waiting for you to hit some buttons. The other thing is that if the app drops, then that's it. That's over too. And then my app, it drops fairly frequently. I have an iPhone 8, but still, I think I'm not alone. A lot of other people, their app drops. And so if you have like 300 stamina left, and your app drops, then when you wake up or when you come back to your phone, you'll still be at that 300 stamina. So that's something to keep in mind. But let's do 2 runs here, and then let's see how the auto farming looks like. Okay, so battle is over. We get the results screen. Down here in the bottom, we can see the countdown, and then that will take us right back into the mission. And then it will just continue that way until I run out of stamina, or the app drops, or I lose. And so yeah, what I've been doing every Sunday and Saturday night is that I'll fill up my stamina bar, and then I will set it to this gold farming mission. Go to sleep and then wake up, have a bunch of gil. It's pretty great. But actually I've been using this throughout the day. What did I do? I cleaned my tub, I did some laundry, I cooked dinner, and then during all that time I just had this on, just in the other room, hooked up to power. And then I was able to just farm and farm and farm, and then get a lot of stuff done. And I didn't even need to touch my phone. The thing about this, even though it's very, very convenient, it does, totally take captive your phone. You can't use it for anything else. So you can't play another game, you can't, watch YouTube, you can't answer email or whatever. So I'm kind of considering buying, like, a new phone. I need a new phone anyway, this iPhone 8, that's pretty old, as you know. But buy a new phone for, like, everyday stuff, email, listening to music, whatever. And then keep this phone, like, at home, just for this War of the Visions. I wonder if that would be a good idea. I don't know. But yeah, when this does come to global, you may want to consider that. Have a device that is a War of the Vision specific device, and then your phone for all of your actual stuff. Depends how much you want to farm. Okay, so second battle done. I'm going to hit this blue button to finish the quest, and then that will take me out. And then there are kind of like 2 events that can happen as you're farming. One is a special shop that will appear here. If the special shop appears, it will continue to auto-farm, and then it will not take you to the shop. That shop is available for half an hour. If you miss it, like if you're sleeping or not paying attention, then that's too bad. The other thing is the Chocobo rush, like rate up on rare items. That will still be available. That will still be like in effect, but you won't be able to use like tickets to raise the rate of stuff that you get. And then there's one last thing that I did not show yet. You can go here to options, and then down here you can set the kind of the amount of detail for the graphics. So on the left, this is the regular graphics. If we hit the right button, this will go to kind of crappy graphics. And yeah, I think you can tell, but everything is more pixelated. And then what that does is that since it's more crappy graphics, it uses less power. So that can help you with the farming. And that's what I've been doing. I've been setting it on the crappy graphics, and then set it to farm. I'm still connecting it to power, but hopefully it takes less power, and then maybe it has a less chance of dropping the app as well. Okay, so in summary, that was solo farming, and that auto farming button, that is huge. I think that could really make the game a lot more available to more kinds of people. Next, let's look at multiplayer. And multiplayer, this is here, multi, and then we have access to these missions here. So like limited time missions, and then also these material missions. Stuff that are not in here are like story missions, and then also like the high difficulty level bosses. But multiplayer is going to be very important for free-to-play players because they're not going to have as many chances to refresh their stamina. So they can jump in here and then join another person's game. And there are advantages to setting up a room. One is that it seems like the drop rate is better if you play a multiplayer match than just playing it solo. For another, the amount of stamina it costs to play is about half. So yeah, this quest is usually 12 stamina, here it's only 6. And then we can try to join a room. I can see all these different rooms. Competition is pretty fierce, so you got to be quick with the fingers in order to join people's quests. And then, let's see, different parameters here. Auto battle is okay or not, the amount of speed up, and then you can also set different parameters for who can join your room. Let's start a room so I can show you that. First one here, this is for a password. This is if you want to invite particular people, like people on your friends list or people in your guild. I never use this. I don't really care who joins my games. And then here, these are certain standards that you want people to meet when they join your room. So you can set unit level 30 or higher, or 50 or higher, or 80 or higher. I'm kind of sad about this 80 or higher limit because the level that I like to get my ultra rare characters to is 79. That's 3 crystals, 6 stars. And so I'll be kind of blocked from joining 80 and up rooms. I wish it were 79 and up, but not a big deal. I guess this is only guys that are alive at the end of battle get the experience points. I don't know why that's an option. Here, this is the speed up selector here. And then here you can select if auto battle is available or not. Maybe for like high difficulty quests you want to turn auto battle off and then sort of like be more strategic. If you don't care, you can turn it on. And then here you can set a comment. This says welcome. You can also set like requests, you know. I want only Orlando, or I want only units level 90 and up and stuff. I think the people that get too specific about these requirements are a bit selfish, but whatever. And other quests that are not available are like some of the weekly ones, like the experience cubes or the gill snappers, so that could hurt for free-to-play players. But yeah, that is a look at farming for both free-to-play and pay-to-play, and then also solo and multiplayer farming. It is a lot of farming, even with these nice updates recently, and it's not going to be for everybody. But if you can take advantage of the auto-farming mechanic in particular, then I think you could get a lot out of this game, even if you don't have a lot of time in real life. Oh, and I almost forgot, but the auto-farming mechanic is not available in multiplayer. So if you are going to play in multiplayer, you're going to have to be sitting by your phone, and then hitting the buttons to get through the menus to keep playing more quests. So if you're really relying on multiplayer, but you don't have a lot of real-life time, maybe this game is not for you. Okay, but I think that will do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.